Hello YouTube, it's Mickey Richards here, and today we have our old lovable pal Brett Keane, smartest man on the internet, here today to tell you why gay marriage is bad. And ever since we allowed it to happen, I guess it increased pedophilia or some other nonsense. This video is bad. Brett makes a lot of videos, but this is bad. Let's take a listen.
Does anybody out there find it strange that the moment that homosexuals were given the right and the ability to marry and become more socially acceptable, they immediately targeted children?
Okay. Just the first 13-second clip is fucked up. You could cut everything else out. That'd still be extremely fucked up. Oh, we gave gays the right to get married, and now they're somehow targeting children? I don't know. Let's just continue this. I'll hear you out, Brett, but...
I mean, this is something that Christians have talked about for years.
Oh, have they?
Look, if you start suggesting or allowing or making it acceptable in society for this, and that sexually, it will be like a gateway where it will lead to more serious things.
Not necessarily true. And you could imply that wrong statement about everything. You know, if America gains its independence and gives people rights, it'll just lead to more and more serious things. And we don't want that. Let's just oppress people perpetually, because that won't lead to bad things happening or something like that. Like, what? I don't know.
We've got a child here who his parents are dressing him up like a drag queen. And he's actually...
I'm pretty sure the kid's choosing to do that himself. I don't know if you know 10-year-olds, Brett. I think you have kids. But when I was a 10-year-old, if my parents were like, we're going to dress you up like a girl, I'd be like, screw you, Mom and Dad. I'm not doing that. Okay? 10-year-olds have opinions. They're not toddlers. The parents don't dress them anymore. At least I hope not.
Telling people, and he thinks that he's spreading a message of love by doing so, that we should love ourselves for who we are. Well, there's nowhere in his brain or in his consciousness that states that in order for him to be himself, he needs to wear makeup and also pose and stick his little tush.
How do you know this? There's nowhere in his brain and his consciousness. Do you know his brain? Do you know the inside of his body? Can you read minds, Brett? Can you read his mind? Is he being brainwashed? Is his real in his heart? He wasn't meant to do this. Did you know this, Brett?
Out and make erotic expressions with his face and pretend to be like that of a woman who is very, very mature. Why would anyone suggest that this is what it means to be yourself for?
Because if you like doing something, if it's a big hobby of yours, that's part of who you are. Okay? Yeah.
Does makeup make a person? Does how long you grow your hair, does that instill who you are? Is it the type of clothes you wear? Is it the type of dance moves? Is it the way you pose in front of the mirror or out in public? Is that who makes you who you are?
Yeah, because that's a representation of your personality. How you dress is a representation of your personality. If you wear fancy clothes, you like doing that. If you wear dirty clothes, you don't care how you look, that's a representation of your personality. That's part of who you are. You sitting on a mattress making these fucking videos is part of who you are. Why is that hard to understand?
So someone gave this child a confused message, explaining to this child that in order to be yourself, you have to reach out externally. You can't, it's not about the internal. It's not about your mind or your heart. It's about something else that society sees as this is what replaces that of a woman. This is what you have to look like, sound like, or appear like in order to be accepted.
I don't think anyone's telling him to dress up, right? I think he just wants to do it because it's part of who he is. He likes dressing up like a girl. What's the problem? Nobody's forcing him to do it. He's choosing to do it on his own. Like, there are probably about millions of kids out there who don't dress up. It's not some epidemic. Nobody's forcing them. You can't be who you are. You have to dress up. No, him dressing up is who he is. Okay?
Now, strangely enough, if we look down in the report, they are stating this. They're saying, I want the world to know that you can be special and you can be who you want to be. Keegan said you can be a vegetarian, you can be a veterinarian, you can be LGBTQ. And for those who don't know, where the fuck did the Q come from? Well, that wouldn't be Q from Star Trek Generations.
Oh, what a funny joke. Oh, like we were totally thinking Star Trek Generation, Brett.
The LGBT are now accepting pedophiles into
what? They are not accepting pedophiles.
Their ranks. I'm sure they probably already had.
The Q stands for queer, not pedophiles. It's not a P, it's a Q, you dumbass.
That. It's just that while they were considered illegal and considered outcasts and remnants in society, they were already having a hard enough time being accepted, but now that they are, they're going ahead and suggesting that we ought to love and care about pedophiles too.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That statement was really fucked up. So, if we give gays the right to get married, they start supporting pedophilia? Is that your take on, I mean, what? You're implying that gay marriage is bad because it causes pedophilia or it causes support for pedophilia? What the fuck does 2 men or 2 women getting married have anything to do with fucking pedophilia? Nowhere in LGBTQ is pedophilia even mentioned. And nothing about a kid dressing up in drag has anything to do with pedophilia. Right? I don't look at that kid and go, hot damn, that's a nice broad. No, I think that's a kid wearing makeup, dressing up. Kids dress up in plays, when they're playing around. Like, what? Get the fuck out of here. Kids wear costumes on Halloween. Is everyone a bunch of pedophiles for dressing their kids up on Halloween? You know, this is just fucked up. It's fucked up. Kid dressing up in women's clothes has nothing to do with pedophilia. Gay marriage has nothing to do with pedophilia.
Which is strange, because that's around the same time they're really pushing for this whole children dressing up like little girls.
No one's pushing! There's one kid in an article dressing up like the opposite sex for fun. And you think it's an epidemic now? All because we gave gays the right to get married. We should have suppressed them. Back in the day, when they were beaten up for being gay, when they were, they had to hide who they were, they could lose their job. Oh, back then, those were the good days.
Right? You can be a drag queen or a drag king. Keegan usually goes by the pronouns he, him, his. Family says Keegan has acceptance and support at a school in their conservative Christian town outside of Austin. So apparently Christians are accepting this. And that's the way a lot of Christians are, and that's one of the reasons why Christianity is dying in America, because Christians nowadays, instead of fighting for what is right or what is good and dealing with the sin of the world, they have now simply embraced every damn thing that they that goes against God.
Okay, that's a fucking good thing. People don't like those old Christians, right? Most people, even Christians, think, this kid's dressing up like a girl. Who gives a fuck? You know, they're just expressing themselves. Who cares? Maybe they go to church. Maybe they don't. Who cares? They're not butting into other people's business, and that's a good thing. You want to save Christianity? You stop being a bunch of dicks and you mind your own fucking business. Oh, you can't get married because God said it's wrong. You can't dress the way you want to dress because God says it's wrong. Right? Stop imposing your views on other people's lives. That's a great way to get Christianity to grow. It's dying because people are being dicks like Brett wants them to be. People are going, oh, you can't do that. You can't be a certain way. That's the reason Christianity is dying, because there's a bunch of fucking assholes telling people, oh, you gotta do what the Bible says. You're gonna go to hell if you don't. People don't want that shit. Okay? That's why Christianity is dying, because people are tired of that shit cramming religion down their throats. They want to be left alone. And this Christian community is good for letting the kid alone, leaving him alone, letting him do what he wants to do. Who cares?
They're going to wonder in the end why it is that they're going to be the first one fried, as the book of Revelation speaks of. When I say fried, I'm not talking about fried for eternity in hell, because I'm an annihilationist. I'm talking about fried in the initial destruction of the earth, and while they are standing there getting ready for the excitement.
What? Okay.
So there it is. This apparently, this unfortunately is a thing that has affected real women in real life too, as well as men. We tell our children and we teach in society to our young people that in order to be an elite, or in order to be popular, or in order to be accepted, you have to look this way, sound this way, talk this way, and blah, blah, blah. What we have noticed in our society is that
nobody is telling this girl she has to look a certain way. She's doing it all on her, or he's doing it all on his own. Okay?
this began affecting children at a younger age. Basically, you can't be yourself. You have to be what society wants.
That's not true at all. This person is trying to be, this 10-year-old is trying to be who they want. But you know who doesn't want them to be who they are? People like you, Brett. This entire video is telling this kid, oh, you shouldn't be dressing up like that. You want to express yourself? You want to wear a dress? You want to be who you are? You can't, because I don't like it, and God doesn't like it. You're part of society, Brett. You're part of the reason this kid might not want to dress up. It's because you're fucking shaming him. You're part of the problem. This whole video. It's basically telling someone or implying that somebody shouldn't be doing something. Get the fuck out of here. You're not advocating for this kid's rights to express themselves. You're suppressing this, saying this is bad, and we shouldn't allow it. We shouldn't allow gays to get married, because that's bad, and it causes pedophilia. You're not encouraging people to express themselves in this video. Get the fuck out of here.
This is a complete shit in the face of every stupid-ass ideology or concept any of these dum-dums have ever put forth.
You're dumb, Brett. Come on.
I don't understand why lipstick on a 9-year-old child sends this message that, look, I'm happy, I can be whatever.
You don't have to understand it. You don't know this kid's head. People are different. You don't have to understand it. Okay? I'm sure this 10-year-old doesn't understand why this 40-year-old man who looks like he's 70 is sitting on his mattress making YouTube videos. Why doesn't he get a fucking chair? I'm sure the 10-year-olds are wondering why you're doing that, Brett. They don't have to understand you. You don't have to understand them. If this person says they're happy because they wear lipstick, they probably mean it. Why would the kid lie? Yeah, I love wearing lipstick. I'm not miserable inside. No, I'm happy. No, the kid's happy. The kid is wearing lipstick, doing what they want to do. You don't have to understand it, Brett. You're not the kid. Okay?
I want. How does lipstick make you happy? How does eyeshadow and having your hair all...
How does anything make you happy? Huh? How does porn make you happy? How does a hobby make you happy? Oh, I play guitar. How does that make you happy? I make music. How does that make you happy? You know, oh, I buy expensive sports cars. How does that make you happy? How does anything material, how does anything you do make you happy? At that point, you know? How does growing out your beard, Brett, your scruffy beard, make you happy? How does lying on your mattress make you happy, Brett? How does making videos like this make you happy, Brett? You can say it about anything. It's a meaningless statement. Oh, how does this person likes pizza? How does eating pizza make them happy? Because they like doing it. God,
moosed up, going to resemble who you are. Wouldn't that be called artificial beauty? That wouldn't be like natural beauty. That isn't naturally what you look like and who you are.
It is who they are. If they like dressing up, that's part of who they are. And it's not just about beauty. It's about them being creative and expressing themselves. The kid is not saying he finds his natural self ugly. He just likes dressing up. He likes being creative. Okay? You know, like, naturally, you are a fat ass man. But you put a shirt on because you know your fat ass is gross. Okay? That shirt is not who you are. Underneath that is your skin. That's who you are. That's your body. That's your essence. But you wear clothes to cover it up because you're a fat ass and you're gross as fuck. Okay? People wear clothes. People have fashion. They wear designer shoes and handbags and all kinds of shit because they like it. Okay?
That's simply a disguise. It's like a clown. He wants to entertain, so he puts green hair on.
Clowns like doing that, though. They know that's not the real them. It's just makeup. It's not part of their physical body. Like, what the fuck? What's the point of this? This is bullshit.
Big fucking red nose and does silly, stupid shit that he wouldn't normally do in real life.
Clowns do that in real life, okay? Being a clown, entertaining people, that's real life. There's not some universe outside of life where clowns exist. In real life, people dress up as clowns and entertain people.
That's not being yourself, that's being a fucking clown. Well,
oh, you don't like clowns now either?
Give me some comments if you feel like I've dealt with this subject matter wrong. Let me know.
You have. You're a fucking idiot. You make an entire video shitting on a kid for being who he is, claiming gays shouldn't be allowed to get married because it causes pedophilia, which has nothing to fucking do with this kid. And then on top of that, you say, well, people can't just be themselves anymore. Society says people can't be themselves. Yeah, I'm totally shitting on this kid for trying to be himself, scolding him, but it's society that doesn't let people be themselves. Not me judging people, but society. Get the fuck out of here, Brett.